Sports Radio, and a good morning to you. It's Daybreak with Jeff and Dale, and coming up on the air with us right now, the Shelton Police Chief, Darrin Moody. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Chief. How are you?
I am great.
It's good to have you in here. Our Focus on Shelton brought to us by our Community Credit Union.
Yeah.
I want to thank them for that, and thanks for you.
You betcha.
To you for coming in this morning.
You betcha. It was nice to be able to present the annual report recently. We have things we need to work on, some goods and bads that are coming forward, but, percentages are hard to judge, so I like to say that we had 73 less burglary victims in town last year in 2015 than we did in 14, which is a big deal.
You bet it is.
A lot, yeah.
53 less thefts, 9 less stolen cars. But what we're seeing in 2016 is our staffing levels have dropped, but we're also seeing increase in stolen cars. For some reason, the cars are going around and being transported back and forth to Thurston County, back and forth throughout Mason. Pay attention to your cars.
Chief, when those things happen, is it people leaving their keys in their cars?
That is a portion of it, yes. That is definitely a portion of it. Go out, warm up your car, leave it warming up out front, and the next thing you know, it's gone.
It's gone, yeah.
And we're finding most of them, but we're finding them throughout the county and into Thurston County. But yeah, people go out and warm up their cars and just leave it running and are surprised when somebody takes it.
I have to admit that happened to me, not here, but in Federal Way.
Yeah.
And I left my car running in front of a 7-Eleven, run in to get some orange juice, came out, and you're so shocked. I actually walked right out into the spot where I was parked, and I go, yeah, it's gone. I couldn't
you
believe
want to confirm it. Okay, did I park somewhere else?
And then talking to the officer, well, did you leave the keys in the car? I left it running. What? I left the car running. Boom, they were waiting for me.
And it happens that fast?
It's crimes of opportunity. Somebody just walking down the street at that time. Same thing with your 7-Eleven. It's somebody just happened to walk by 7-Eleven and went, all right.
Look at that car's
I'm going
running.
to take it for a ride.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's what I found it in the neighborhood. I didn't find it. We found it later, but yeah.
Yeah, and then they took it for a ride. It's not stripped or burned or wrecked. It's just took it for a ride and took whatever cash you have in the ashtrays.
Ran
and
it out
things
of
along.
gas.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, those are some of the trends we're seeing this year. The good news is we just made a job offer to a gentleman from the area, and so we're going to be sending him to the academy here shortly.
Good.
And so we'll have another person on board. And I just left a Graduation Matters Shelton meeting this morning.
Oh, good.
The good news on that is our after-school program in the kind of the soft opening last year, moving forward in September again. What we're looking for this year is to get some sponsors out there, some folks in the community that want to buy some meals for these kids. A few times last year I delivered pizza over to the kids in the after-school program. So you're talking 20 kids.
Yeah.
But this is, again, a safe place for them to be. A comfortable place for them. They can work on some homework. It's not just choice kids. It's any kid in the district. And so we're looking at getting some food for the kids after school. Because, again, sometimes some of these kids, the best meal they get is in school.
Yeah.
And so if you can get them a dinner as well, and it doesn't have to be fancy. I already had one business step up and say, hey, I'll sponsor one day a month. One day a month. We'll deliver food to them, like pizzas.
You do that, get 20 people to do that.
That's great.
It would be awesome, And so we're looking at service groups, community members, even individuals. I had somebody approach me and say, can I bring them food? You bet.
Yeah.
Bring a big bowl of chili or something for the kids. And there you go. And once a month, do that for the kids.
Now, where do they gather at after hours or after school?
Choice.
At Choice.
It's at Choice.
It's at Choice. But not just Choice students.
Exactly. Not just Choice students. So, I'm looking for folks. If you know anybody out there, as people are listening, then think, you know what, I could sponsor one day a month. Yeah. I mean, it's for me to buy the pizzas last year, I think I spent $25. That's dinner out somewhere. And now you just fed 15 kids.
Yeah.
So it's a good deal. We're also got a parking lot issue coming up over here I wanted to throw out to you. Our gravel lot across from the police department, Commissioner Moore approached and said, some of these police departments are having a Craigslist trade-free zone. So people are concerned. You and I sell a car. You want to buy my car. I'm concerned. Are you going to rip me off? Are you going to take me out behind somewhere and steal my car?
Okay, sure.
So in a place where there is a video and you're near the police department, there'll be a big sign that says Craigslist Trade Zone. And if you and I want to sell the car together, we go, I'll meet you at the back lot of the police department.
Wow, perfect.
And you're there with the police department.
No shenanigans.
There's a video monitoring that can see it. It's not recorded yet. We're working on that, but at least you have video monitoring that feeds in. And so it's a neat idea brought by Commissioner Moore, so we decided to move it forward. So.
And would it have to be all just vehicle exchange?
It can be anything you want.
Yeah, because you do a lot of online stuff.
Yeah, I heard about that up in somewhere. It's a trend that's kind of coming around.
And it's kind of a neat idea, and it's easy.
Sense.
It's not expensive. I mean, we're just putting up a sign that says, "Here you go," and
if the person doesn't want to meet you at the police station, then maybe you shouldn't have met them anyways.
Yes, and we get those calls a lot. People will call up and say, "Hey, this person wanted to meet me out behind a bar somewhere, or out behind a, no, that's not a good idea."
Yeah.
Too many things can happen when that occurs. So it's a neat idea. It's simple and easy, and so you'll see it come into the back lot of the PD for anybody who's interested in trading or selling.
Oh, cool!
Great idea. Thanks.
Yep. And we're moving forward with some other things in the community. We're starting to partner. We have a criminal justice working team that is judges, prosecutors, mental health. Everybody meets once a month to discuss issues in criminal justice, and we're pushing some issues forward now. That we're in a crisis mode around here with some of the criminal justice issues with the whole infrastructure. People talk about the jail facility. That's a portion of it, yeah, but there's also the mental health aspect of it, the treatment and addiction services, juvenile justice, all those things into play. And so we're taking a different approach and looking at this, saying there's got to be a way that we can improve the infrastructure with criminal justice around here. And so you hear some of that being talked about around here of what do we do? Do we take the model that Alex Apostle's using over at the school district with his bond issue right now? I think he's doing an outstanding job with how he's planned that one out and getting the community involved in it. It can't be just me or just the sheriff or somebody getting up saying this is what we need.
Right.
It has to be the community, and the commission needs to hear from the community of here's the needs that we see, the immediate crisis we're in with some of that. And it's not just locking people up in jail. Again, it's treatment. It's how do we stop these issues?
Lots involved in that, yeah. And that doesn't stop until some corrective action is taken.
We've got to do something. So, you hear the term all the time in government of kicking the can down the road. Well, it's been kicked far enough. It's time that we put our money where our mouth is.
So we'll be hearing more about that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Good.
And there's some other good things going on at the police department. I have another neighborhood watch meeting coming up with another group that wants to start a neighborhood watch. So anytime we can get neighbors talking to each other and getting together. And I know the groups now, I've talked to them about maybe having the big barbecue on National Night Out. Instead of just doing it in one location, we'll have a few neighborhoods around town where we'll go visit. And I tell them, we'll even close the streets for you if we have to. And have a big open barbecue where all your neighbors get out there like they did years ago and sit and chat.
Oh, fun.
Have some good food.
That's a great idea.
Do you know that date off the top of your head?
I believe it's August 5th. I want to say it's the first Tuesday in August or something along those lines. Is
National Night Out.
Yeah, for all the neighborhood watch groups and watch block groups.
In just a minute or so, can we talk a little bit about these watch groups? Phone trees are set up, kind of a little bit of an organization to your area where you live.
Absolutely.
So you know who your neighbors are. You've got contact information for all your neighbors. If you see something suspicious, boom, we all know something suspicious is going on.
Absolutely. I tell people, you know who's suspicious in your neighborhood. I don't.
Right.
And so, they all have each other's email now. They all have a phone number now.
Right.
So if you're gone on vacation and I know the lights are on over there, now I'm going to call your neighbor and say, hey, do you know something going on over at the house over here?
Right.
And, I get emails from them, and they will call us occasionally, and then we'll go out and have educational meetings with them. This is the trend we're seeing, and we'll help them out in their neighborhood.
Yeah, because you guys do have a handle on activity.
We have an idea what's going on, but, like I said, some of it, the issue in your neighborhood is going to be different than the issue in your neighborhood. So we have to address each one on its own.
Right. And if people want to set something like that up, you're available to
Absolutely.
give them some guidelines. And
give us a call. All we ask that you do is help us distribute some of the flyers and invitations to your neighbors, and then we'll show up and give them more information and what we can do to help.
Very good.
Have you heard of the website, the Nextdoor app?
Yeah, is it Neighbor Next Door?
It's a neighborhood kind of thing, and each sort of community can build its own, basically, web page where the community can talk to each other.
I have, and it was pretty big down in California, and it's basically an online neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
Where you can communicate back and forth. And I think they can restrict, similar to like Facebook, to where neighbors outside that community can't get into it. The only thing I would say with that is be careful on those things of the rumors. It's just like Facebook and other things. You know, here I've learned, if it's on Facebook, it must be true.
Unfortunately, yes.
You know, and people will call my office and say, "Oh my gosh, I heard about this horrific thing that occurred," and I said, "It didn't occur."
Didn't happen.
Well, it was on Facebook. It must have occurred.
Yeah. What do you mean?
So verify the information necessary before you put it out. So in those type of circumstances, just like the suspicious reporting, that you don't get lynched walking down the street based on a rumor that 3 other people started.
Sure.
Right,
Wow.
absolutely. We're that too. We get lots of calls about, hey, what's going on out at such and such, and we can't really report it on the air until we get confirmation that something's going on.
I heard about a 5-car collision. It turned out to where a car jumped the curb, and so
it's embellished.
It's a little bigger every time the story gets told.
People's imaginations, for sure.
But I think it's a good program. I think, now with the online and social media, it's a great idea. People at work all day, they can email and chat with their neighbors back and forth. Absolutely. Anything that can help people communicate is a good thing.
Okay, good.
All right, well, big weekend coming up here in the area with the Relay for Life. Yesteryear Historical Society car show on Sunday.
Yes.
A lot of things going on here in
one of our sergeants will be judging the car show on Sunday. He's a car buff, and so he'll be out there Sunday judging the car show.
That's awesome.
Good.
Jeff and I will be out there all day long playing good old rock and roll stuff for everybody.
It's going to be fun.
Good times.
Yeah, good times indeed. Yeah,
and hopefully the weather holds up for it, right?
Yeah.
80. It's going to be sunny
Is it
and
going to
80.
be sunny?
Yeah, and it'll be dry enough for Relay for Life, too.
It's going to be great.
They'll be okay. No rain.
Luckily for that, it's not as hot as it was over Forest Festival. I know that kind of
It
slowed things down at Forest Festival when it's 90 degrees.
took its toll. Yeah.
Hard walking for those 24 hours if it's 90.
Yes.
Oh, man, no kidding.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Chief, for coming in this morning. Thanks for the update. We'll keep our eyes open for the justice system updates and hopefully facilitate that, and a little help with the kids program for after school next fall.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good one.
We'll
Thank
talk to you soon. Thank you, Darrin Moody, Chief of the Shelton Police Department. And that about puts the